we are going to explore the agent mode in Excel Copilot. The practical use case is to convert this type of raw data into this type of pivot table report. First, we will have to learn how to convert this data into a format where you can create a pivot table. So let's start with the basic problem. I have this input data. We have two products, standard version and pro version. To compare these, we have conducted 15 tests each. And in each test, we have checked whether the performance is within normal range, above it, or below it. This is the input data or raw data. This is the table. The name of this table is input. And from this input data, I want to create this report. There is a cross tab or a pivot table where we have category, standard, and pro, and the type of results. And now I can compare the performance and decide what is good. The problem is I cannot convert this data to a pivot table. Why? Let's create a pivot table and see what happens. Let me put the pivot table right here. What I really want here is the results and the category. Standard and pro are the categories. But then these are coming as separate columns. What do I do with them? It will become like this. And below normal, if I put like this, again, it doesn't make any sense. So this data is in the wrong format. For me to make any sense out of this data, I'll have to convert or clean up this data in such a way that this can convert itself to a pivot table. So this is the data I need. This data is bad, this data is good. If you have seen my good data checklist, you will understand why. Because as per our checklist, as per our rules for good data, each column should have a heading. This does look like a heading. This also looks like a heading, but actually the heading should have been category because this is data under the column called category. And above, normal, below are not headings, they are data. What should be the heading for that column type or results? So this needs to be converted to this. Now I can create this pivot table. Now how do you go about doing that? Before we create the automation around it, let's see practically and manually how I would do it. So I'll simply copy this and here I will just put Control Enter, will copy. And the same thing I'll do for Pro. Copy it below and then Pro, Control Enter. And then manually give them names, type and category. So this is the logic. Now let's see how to do it. So Copilot by default is a chat interface. It can manipulate the Excel file itself to a certain extent, but if you really want to do in-depth work with Excel, it's better to use the agent mode. Look at this, tools, agent mode. Frontier means preview or beta or early stage, but if you have Copilot license, you have access to agent mode. For this to be visible to you, your IT team has to enable Frontier for all users, or at least for you. So let's ask agent mode to give me a single cell formula to convert the input data into this kind of format. Agent mode takes time, but it's very comprehensive. It doesn't just give you the answer, it's much more than deep thinking mode. It plans things out, tries to execute them, checks for errors, and even after it has generated the output, it will cross check it. And there you have it. It has put the formula in the M2 cell. Now that the data is in correct format, we can create the pivot table the way I want it. Insert pivot table, select from this cell. It's a spell formula, so hash, type in row area, category in column area, count them, adjust the widths, percentage of column total, and show grand total for columns. Now let's understand the formula Copilot has generated. In fact, I asked Copilot itself to explain the formula to me. This is also agent mode, and it's explaining that there's the input. It's flattening or unpivoting this data into two columns, standard, pro, to two columns, type and category. The exact formula, the components of formula are explained here. So let's see this step by step. First of all, these are variables. T is the input table. N is the number of rows in the table. In our case, 15. C is the number of columns we have in the table. 15 and 2. So it created a sequence of 15 multiplied by 2 because it needs to find what to put in this denormalized or flattened data. Right now, R just contains a list of numbers 1 to 30. Now, these values earlier we copied, pasted. These values I copied and pasted below it. That kind of thing is done with the toCall function. So let's see the toCall function in action. I have 4 columns Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. This table has a name Q. So if I say toCall Q, notice that the Q was not typed by me. Copilot put it. This is called formula suggestions. Whenever you see this kind of icon and something automatically happens while you are typing the formula, that means Copilot is fairly confident that exactly what you are trying to do and it's just completing it for you. It's telling you what it is doing. Return all table values as a column. So 4 columns converted to 1 column. So copy, paste below, copy, paste below, copy, paste below. No need to do it manually. toCall will do it. If you don't want the empty cells to be entertained, then you have another parameter whether you want to ignore blanks. So this is toCall. So now we have a sequence of 30 items, 1 to 30, and we have actual 30 values in the vals variable. Now I copied standard 15 times, and then I copied pro 15 times manually. That is what it has to do in the formula. So let's understand. It's trying to calculate 30 values for the category column. What are the potential values for category column? Standard and pro. How do we know that? It's in the header of this particular table. So now in a table, when I put square brackets, I can refer to a column or I can also refer to headers. So if I just do this, in our case, the header has 1 row and 2 columns. So now let's understand the index function part. This is the index function. Input headers just gives me 1 row, 2 columns, standard and pro. There's only 1 row, so row number always remains 1. But for the columns parameter, I have to decide first column to take or second column to take. So to simplify this, let's put this formula in another sheet. What is R? Sequence of numbers 1 to 30. And what is N? Number of rows in this table, which is 15. So that's what I've done here. So this first column is the sequence 1 to 30. The second column, we are deciding, should I take number 1 column or number 2 column? So if this is 1, what is going to happen? A2 minus 1. What is that? 0, right? And then divide by 15. So A2 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, integer 1 is 0, 0 divided by 15, nothing. So this is going to be 1. Like that, if I continue, A2 is 11, 11 minus 1 is 10, 10 divided by 15 is some decimal number. Integer of that decimal is 0. So 1 plus 0, which is still 1. Now what is going to happen here? Again, we have A17 minus 1. Now what is A17 minus 1? 15, right? Now 15 minus 15 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is 2. For 17, what will happen? This will be 16. Now 16 divided by 15, what will it be? Some decimal. That's why we are taking only the integer portion. What will that be? 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. And that's going to continue all the way up to number 30. And finally, when we have 1 or 2 decided, what are we doing here? Now we are putting it in the index function. Index has the headers. What are the headers? Headers are standard and pro. First row and column 1 or column 2. That's how it's deciphering it. We have categories which contains the list for the second column. But this list will contain only a standard and pro. The word type, word category is not there. So that's why we have to put them specifically like this. And then we have to put the values which we have already converted from toCall and the categories which are standard and pro together as a single list. That's done by hstack. So let's see the hstack function. Let's simplify this. I have one table which contains months. The name of the table is MON. And then I have another table which contains amounts. The name of the table is amount. I want to put both of them together next to each other horizontally. That's why hstack. This table and this table. Put it together. This one has less number of rows. It will give you an error. It will combine the two. That is hstack. So that's what this is doing. Hstack values. Values are what? Just these two put in one column. And what are cats? That's what we just saw. categories identified as standard pro. So they will be put next to each other. So far, so good. But the actual words type and category we have to specify explicitly because they're not there anywhere in our input data. So those are defined as an array here. So let's understand how arrays work. I can define an array just with curly braces C1, comma C2. Comma means same row, multiple column. If I put semicolon instead of comma, is same column, multiple rows. So this is our array which contains two columns. This particular thing is our H stack which has combined these two tables. I want to put this, below that I want to put this. So that's V stack. So put them one below another. So what are we doing in this function? V stack what? This, afterwards this. And that's how we got this formula calculated. We can understand the entire function now. So I hope you understand not just how to use agent mode, but also how to learn Excel, how to learn to type formulas, how to combine multiple array functions into something which is sensible, efficient, fast, and error-free. So one of the uses of agent mode is to open an existing file. Maybe that file has evolved over years. Give agent mode that file, ask it to analyze the formulas and suggest areas of improvement. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching.